Hi, this is Tom Chopatini, and this is a demo screencast of solving problems with Ruby in Project Euler. For the first problem, it's to find the sum of all the multiples of 3 or 5 below 1,000, and we can take a look on our IRB console. We can start off by making a range and converting it to an array. This will give us all the numbers between that range, and we're going to want to find all that satisfy the condition where if it's divisible by 3 or p is divisible by 5 equaling 0, and then we're going to want to sum them all together, and this should provide the desired output of 233,168. We can test that by going into here and entering our answer, 233,168. Our confirmation code is 44819, and we'll do a little check. And we should see that the problem is correct. We're now going to start problem 2, and this problem asks, by considering the terms in the Fibonacci sequence, whose values do not exceed 4 million, find the sum of the even valued terms. So we're going to go back into the terminal. We're going to define a Fibonacci function, and we'll pass in a number because we'll do this in the general case, but we're going to want a list of all those numbers, which will just be an array. We'll start it off at 1. We'll have the current value of that, and then we'll have the successive value of that, which is going to be 2. And then we're going to say we have a while loop for this. Ruby usually doesn't like to use while loops, but for this case it looks pretty good. We'll say, well, array.last, which is the last value in this array, is less than num. We're going to say cur equals successive and current plus successive, and then we'll have the array shovel on the current value, and then we'll end. And then what we want to return from this function is this array dot select. We're going to grab all of the even valued terms by checking whether or not it's even, and then we'll reduce to sum all of these together, and this should be our final answer. So we'll just end that there, and then we'll call fib with an amount of 4 million, and we'll get the answer of 4613732. I'll just copy this from my terminal back into here. We'll say what all this is, and we'll check our answer. And it should come up correct once we have everything done. All right, that's problem number 2. Now on to problem 3. Problem 3 is asking us what is the largest prime factor of this very, very large number. So we're going to want to go back into the terminal where we started. We'll require mathn, which is another library that helps dealing with primes, and then we'll define a function, find largest prime factor of some number. And then we'll say the prime class will take while the number is less than the square root of the number, and that will give us all the possible primes. We'll reverse that, and then we'll find a p where number mod p equals 0. This will just find the first one, which will therefore be the largest since we're going from the largest down to the smallest, and it will return it to us and that should just be it. We'll end, and then we'll say find largest prime vector, and we'll enter in whatever that huge number was. We'll see how long it takes for this to execute. This might take a while because Ruby's a little bit slower, but it should be fairly fast now that we have this prime library. We're just going to take a couple seconds, and 6857 is our answer. We'll go back and enter this right here, 19408, and we'll do a check. And that should be correct. And we're done. That's problem 3. So those are the first 3 problems with Project Euler. I'm going to end right here, but it's a very, very quick demonstration of the power of Ruby. It's a very, very succinct language. You can get a whole lot of stuff done quickly with not a lot of code. The code is fairly readable, and you can see the final of all those 3 problems right here. The first, second, and third. The first and third are really just one-liners of code. It's just a matter of knowing what you need to do. And I hope to explore this further in a couple more episodes and just review the entire Ruby language in great depth. If you had fun, you can follow me on Twitter at TomCIOPP. I'll put that in the show notes as well. And just have a nice day.